This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while changing dating profiles live and generally flailing.
Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Hey HBs, it's our final part of the recap of Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. Remember, this Friday we've got a bonus episode queued up in which Sabrina and I take very silly BuzzFeed quizzes and discuss. There are some wonderful people who have joined our Patreon recently, and we love them to the moon and back. Here's a hearty welcome to Hannah, Becky C, M, Ronique B, Bianca L, and Mac. Today is the final part of Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. When we left you yesterday, Peter and Celine had visited Belvoir's for the first time, and Peter discovered his kink for the scrape of Celine's quill. That's where we're jumping in. So I love this scene at the library, though, because she put up some really, really serious boundaries. She says, I couldn't possibly engage in sexual relations here because I am, in fact, a really good proprietor of a really serious business. However, I could watch you touch yourself while I touch myself. And so there's like a mutual masturbation scene. It's great.
Explicitly in this mutual masturbation scene, she's leaning against the desk and she puts her hand under her dress, penetrates herself and is sopping wet, and then pulls her hand out in front of him and puts it in her mouth. And when I tell you, Peter Kent almost expired on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And frankly, same, bro. Fucking same.
So good. So good.
Doesn't he end up like, she ends up like sitting on the desk, and I think, doesn't he like go down on her on the desk? And then he's like, we gotta go. We need a bed.
No, they just touch themselves to completion. He keeps on saying, please let me touch you. And she's like, no, not at all. No way. And then finally he's like, once they both come, once she comes, I think. I don't think he comes. But once she does, he's like, get in the carriage.
You're right.
Yeah, he's saving it up.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
One of the things that was very sweet, though, is when all of this was coming out, he looks at her and she's like, it's fine, though. I have a plan. I'm going to go to solve this before all of this happens. And he looks her dead in her face and he says, you can go if you can look me dead in my face and say you want to go.
Yeah.
If this is what you want, I will not stop you.
Right.
But if you want to stay here and stand and fight, then I will stand by your side.
I'm game.
And fight with you.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's so sweet. And so then we end up zippy-zapping. And she's like, I need to talk to my family. I have to confess to my family.
Hey,
I need
you're
more
making a lot of
here.
noise on that desk.
Oh, sorry.
Stop bumping and grinding over there, Sabrina. Jeez.
Just over there.
Is that what you think
Bumping
that
and
sounds like in
grinding.
this household? Okay. Interesting. Man, I guess that's what everyone's gonna assume when you don't know what to do with a dry penis.
I mean,
Huh. I'll never be a voice of experience again. You'd be like, don't listen to anything that person says. They don't know what to do with a dry penis.
oh my God. It's that moment in Clueless where she says, like, and you're just a virgin. But instead, I look at you dead in your face and I say, you just don't know what to do with a dry penis.
Oh no, is dry penis about to be an embrace?
Might be on the reading
Fuck. Well, so we I know that we end up we have a routine, where like typically, historically, embrace prompts are things that continue to come back, and be talked about multiple times, like milk, or Chewbacca pinup, or, potent post-apocalyptic pussy and things like that. Sacred frat library,
Yeah.
And
I mean,
dry penis has just come up a lot in this episode.
And dry
on a level
penis
that
as an insult
it's gonna stick
is
in
one
our
of my
head.
favorite things.
Oh my God. But you don't know what to do with a dry penis. Fuck. I did this to myself.
You did. Yeah, you manifested
this to
and
myself.
manufactured it.
Fuck. That was not intended. I don't know if you can tell, listener, but dating's going well since I popped back in. Wow. People are gonna be like, what do you mean? What are you busy doing? Recording? And I'm not telling them about the podcast because then they're gonna end up listening to the latest episode. And it's any time in the next like month and a half, they're gonna end up listening to this, God forbid, and they're gonna be like, man, that bitch doesn't know what to do with a dry dick. A dry penis. I'm not letting them anywhere near this.
No, we should redact this episode like from lists and stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, while you're dating.
To be fair, I will say I've listened to the occasional previous episodes, right? And by that I mean most of them. Boy, we're very entertaining. Man, boy, there's a lot of things I've said live on this podcast that I'm like, I don't know that I need a potential partner to hear any of that. Oh, what do you record? Nothing?
Really serious crafting stuff.
I have
Big.
an England Times history podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do is I won't tell them the name, but I'll just start like fully plagiarizing verbally actual other historical other podcasts that I listen to. I'm just going to start describing the Magnus Archives episode by episode, plot by plot to them. And they're going to be like, wow, that sounds like really great. I'll be like, yeah, I know.
No, it's
Yeah.
really intellectual.
Yeah.
What we do over there.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no weird stories involved at all, ever.
Yeah. I
There's
know
no
what to
really
do with a dry
revealing
penis.
Moment.
I know. And they're going to be like,
all you need to know
that was
is that I
said
know my
that
way around a
real
dry
aggressively.
penis. I want you to put that in your dating profile now.
What exactly is it you're asking me to put in my dating profile?
Knows their way around a dry penis.
All right.
Yep, please do.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What written prompt am I replacing? My most irrational fear, I go crazy for, and this year I really want to. I'll do
This year I really want to know my way around a dry penis.
here, where is it? No, there's one here in here specifically that Is it?
This is going to get you a lot of dates, Sabrina.
Man, no. There's one where it's like my best friend's review of me.
Knows their way around a dry penis.
Okay. I could do in my friend group. I'm the one who knows their way around a dry penis. My friends ask me for advice about what to do with a dry penis. I'll fall for you if I don't have to deal with a dry penis. I'll brag about you to my friends if you don't laugh about my inability to do a dry penis.
Navigate a dry penis.
Navigate a dry penis. Oh my God. No, oh God. It might be a different dating site that I'm no longer on. My greatest strength.
Yeah.
Navigating a dry penis. Oh, my BFF's take on why you should date me.
Yeah.
Super knows their way around a dry penis.
Yes, that's exactly what you have to change it to.
Okay.
For sure. Don't worry.
Uh-huh. Definite. My BFF's take on why you should date me. Definitely. No. Actually, I'm quoting you.
Okay.
What's the quote?
Sabrina super knows their way around a dry penis. Period. For sure. Period. No worries there. Period.
Melody.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm typing. Melody.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're attributing it to me. I see.
Yeah. Melody. As quoted. Live on pod.
Oh, shit.
There it is. It's a white screen for you, but it says, I'll take a screenshot. I'll send it to you.
I think that we have cracked the code, Sabrina. I think we've cracked the code on getting you really quality dates.
I'm curious to see how... It's done. I saved it. If I go look at my profile right now.
I'm all about it.
It does, in fact. It's right there.
Well, now everybody knows
it
that
is.
You're masterful in your craft.
Yeah. Almost every single interaction I get on that dating site is because of one of the greatest pictures I've ever taken of myself in my life in the last 3 years. And now I can almost guarantee, I'd say 95% of my interactions on there are interacting with their. I wonder if this is going to hurt my chances.
It's a conversation starter.
You know, it is a conversation starter. And you know what? Frankly, if you can't laugh at my dry penis navigation skills, then
you're not funny.
We're
Get
not
out.
made for each other. We're not made for each other, you know? I think that you'll probably have a problem with other things, you know? Or
Absolutely.
I don't need that judgment, right?
No. You don't need that in your life, in your psyche.
Yeah, if you're in my house when I'm recording, you're going to hear some shit, my friend.
Absolutely.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Anyway, so dry penises aside, what were we
God,
talking
where were we,
about?
I wonder?
Family?
Yeah. I think she's about to tell her
did
family.
that
You're
happen?
smart. Oh, you're just a hot genius over there.
I can't wait to listen to this episode and figure out. I'm sure you're gonna cut most, if not all, of that. However, okay, maybe
Not
a
if it's
smidgen.
funny. Not if it makes me cackle.
I will. Now this will be okay. So now we have Gophergate updates, and we have Dry Penis as a
Dry Penis
dating
watch.
war.
No, dry
Penis watch
is what we're doing.
That's. Oh my god! Oh my god! I haven't seen Library Nemesis in a while.
Good. Okay, so she
Family.
decides that she has to come out to her family as a librarian. Okay, and it is shockingly fraught for her, you know? But she tells them, everybody's like, hey girl, we would have been with you all the way. There's no reason for you to have kept this secret. And she's like, I know, but I'm just a trash human. And they're like, no, you're totally fine. But we are going to have to figure out, like, how to deal with this as far as, like, society and the courts and stuff are concerned. Because everybody's on board with team get the kids in-house, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, man. Oh, and this is where we have that conversation where Thomason says that she especially appreciates the fact that ladies can now get their hands on this information because it would have been really wonderful for her to know that she wasn't alone in her feelings.
Oh my heart, Thomason.
Meaning same-sex attraction, yeah. For so long. She thought she was alone for so long. I think basically until she met Judith, right? That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, mine too.
And Daphne, I think, was married before, and she's like, before I started getting, like, epically dicked down by your brother, it was rough, and I didn't know what I should expect.
Boy, she's not shy.
No, that is barely Melody fanfic.
She's not shy about the fact that Selena's brother is a badass at bed.
That is barely Melody fanfic.
No, that's actual canon.
Yeah.
Because, like, at one point, like, Nicholas, like, side-eyes her, like, girl,
Are we talking about this in company?
that's my sister.
And Daphne's like, fuck yeah, I will.
And my aunt.
Hold me
And
back.
my aunt's lover.
Nobody can stop me.
Good Lord. Yeah. Oh, and then it's so cute because there's a knock, and the butler walks in, and he's like, hey, Peter Kent here for y'all with guests. And they're
With
like,
the
okay, let him
cavalry.
in. And it's everybody. It's his lawyer and his lawyer's wife. It's Iris.
Lydia.
It's
Iris,
Lydia.
it's Georgiana.
It's Georgiana. It's everybody. It's so sweet. And they end up.
Wait, sorry, listener. We fucked up some timing things, though, because before she comes out to her family, she gets approached outside of Belvoir's by, like, a hooded figure. And that hooded figure is Georgiana to tell her that it is, in fact, her dad behind all of these rumors regarding Nicholas. And she's like, he found some of the books I wrote under my bed and knows that they come from Belvoir's, and so has, like, concocted this whole takedown scenario. And Selena is obviously like, holy fuck balls. You are the Jane Eyre of this. Wait, no. Who wrote Charlotte Bronte? Did Charlotte Bronte write Jane Eyre? I feel like that's right. You are the Jane Austen of this gothic style romance writing? Holy shit balls. I thought you didn't know what a hat was every once in a while. And Georgiana's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I kept on trying to tell you, but my father found the note where I wrote directly to you to warn you about his plans. And so now he knows that it is, in fact, you running things. And he's fixing to go nuclear.
Oh, yeah, he's on a warpath, for sure.
Yeah. And so Selena is like, okay, well, the one thing that I want to make sure you do is do not take any chances for me. You stay safe. Keep your nom de plume anonymous. Don't worry about me. I will fix it or I'll disappear to Cornwall. And Georgiana's like, okay, I guess, and lets her go. But now Georgiana's here and she comes out to the entire group about being this incredible gothic novelist and her, public ruse.
Obviously, obviously Lydia and Iris are like, I'm so sad that you didn't trust telling me yourself before now.
Yeah.
But also Iris is like, so like, do you need a local archaeologist?
Yeah,
to write things for you?
Hey, do you mind if I add some
can I get in on
suggestions
this?
for the archaeology section of the library? That'd be great. I want
Yeah.
to make sure you're well stocked.
And then Lydia, she gets over it too. She's like, I'm sorry that you didn't trust that you could share, but also I'm so fucking proud of you.
Yeah, and she starts noodling and she's like, everybody's like making their voices heard in one way or another, whether they're a gothic novelist or running a library or, you know, being an archaeological scholar. I've got political shit I want to say out loud, and I don't know why I couldn't do it anonymously through Belvoirs. So she's thinking about that too, and it's very important for book 2, everybody. It's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah. Okay, so then Peter has a plan because she presents this plan of like running off and divorcing, having him annul her, nullify their marriage as if it never happened. And Peter's like, no, I'm never going to do that. Literally never. I'm all about you. I'm mad about you. And so what if instead of trying to like disappear into the ether, what if we just owned it? And she's like, that sounds like a very Peter strategy. And he's like, it is. Yeah.
Well, and specifically, the reason that he brings this up as an option is who's going to come out and admit they know about the Venus Library? Because the minute she takes ownership of the Belvoirs Library, and you can no longer use that against her, who's going to come out and be like, well, she also has porn.
Yeah, how do you know she has porn?
Why were you? How do you know she has porn?
Yeah. And then everybody knows exactly who can use their membership against them, which I actually thought was kind of awful. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe not, because like everybody's such a fucking hypocrite about it and they have so much power anyway. But I did have this moment of like, I don't know. It feels like akin to journalistic integrity or, you know, the sanctity of confession when it comes to feminism and sexual education.
As somebody who has
I felt icky in my tummy about it.
About like, if somebody who I have trusted with certain information about me, if I found out, or like, you know, some of the things, I mean, it's a little different now so that I scream about that. I mean, we've had how many minutes of banter about dry penises live on podcast today? Yeah. Clearly things have changed a little bit over the last 3-ish years.
Holy balls.
Are we coming up on 3 years?
I actually think we are. Oh my God, that's bananas.
Time is a state of mind. Anyway, so we are, oh God, but like, yeah, it made me feel a little squicky. I was like, this feels like, I understand where she's coming from. And because we're in her head and Peter's head, we know that she would never do it. Like, this is, you know, it's the glass hammer, right? Like, they're not ever going to actually use it because it shatters everything.
Yeah.
But, boy.
And she never...
I struggled with it.
Well, she never... I want to say she never explicitly makes a threat, but she does kind of explicitly make a threat.
She does
just
explicitly
without saying
make
it out loud.
Okay, listener, we're going to run forward. So they have decided to do this thing. They show up. They start dropping hints around society that she owns Belvoir.
Don't
and
they
she's
actually
always had a
take out a note in the paper, or was that just an idea?
No, he just said he's like, I'll fucking take something out in the paper talking about how amazing you are and the fact that you're revolutionizing sexual health in 1815 England. Like, I'm not ashamed of you, wife. No. So they do have a plan, right? So they're going to drop little hints. Lydia's going to use her working class contacts to like spread it around the ton. Georgiana's going to start saying things like, oh, hats and the Belvoir Library at like miscellaneous social calls. Iris is going to drop things in the like 2 times a month that she leaves her house.
Sure.
Other than, leaving to scream at the, the procurers of the British Museum for, theft.
Right. And well, but they're going to make it an open secret that Selena is the one who runs Belvoir's and specifically the Venus catalog. And so I don't know, look, everybody ends up showing up at Belvoir's and I don't remember why. Maybe it was an open house. Maybe they decided to have a party there. I don't know.
It's just that people are being there because they know that this is now the hot place to be if you want the hot goss. Got it. They've just been having a huge influx in people, whether it is people visiting as a +1 or a +2 for somebody who's a part of the library or like what happens. But the whole thing for the last 2 or 3 years has been that Selena has never been seen with one of these books. She has never been seen inside of Belvoir's. And this is very important because essentially it gives her plausible deniability. Like, what do you mean I own it? I've never even been there.
Right.
And that kind of thing. And so now they're all going and they have it planned. Around. She has all of her backup. She walks in. She ends up going up to one of the women there.
Who are trying to give her a cut indirect.
Old society matrons.
Yeah.
Dowager duchesses and all that. And one of them is a guest or on the roll. And the other 2 ladies are not. And she's like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. And then she not so subtly references some kinky erotica about apples and milking and like
a book that this duchess or this countess or whatever has checked out like 35 times in 2 months or something.
To the point where she just bought another copy for the library because this woman held on to it for so long at a time.
Yeah. So she references it out loud as if it's something as if components of it happened in real life, and she uses it to leverage a hypothetical dinner invitation. Like, oh my gosh, I would love to, have some of that sauce that you made out of apples that blah, blah, blah. And the lady's like, yeah, I would love to have you. Golly, it's going to be such an honor.
Yeah, and then she like looks at her buddy dowagers, and she's like, "You'll be there too, right?" And they're like, and she's like, "You're gonna come."
And then finally they relent and accept the invitation, and Selena's like, "Oh, I cannot wait to see you there. Thank you so much for your hospitality," and then moves on. And that is when what's his butt, the Earl of Overthorpe, maybe comes in. And he's like, I'm coming to get you. And I'm here to say it out loud to everybody. And so Selena takes him like back, and Georgiana is with her because this is Georgiana's dad. Is that his? Did I
say it again?
Overthorpe?
Oliver Thorpe.
Oliver Thorpe?
Alver, Alver.
Oh.
Melody.
Wow. What's happening? Are we in a different timeline?
Do you ever,
have I entered a different dimension?
Have you ever heard that thing, like that, like kind of halfway joking thing where it's like everybody has a superpower, but like, or like, it's like, what if you had a superpower, but it's just slightly wrong?
Yeah.
It's slightly ineffective. Is this your slightly wrong superpower? Like you can remember every side character's name in a book. Almost.
Real close to it.
Almost.
I'll get like in such proximity to the actual name. You'll be stunned.
Wow. Damn, you're just
That's crazy.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
I'm shocked.
I'm impressed, Melody. I'm impressed. Continue.
Yikes. So, yeah, Georgiana's there and her mom is there, and he is making big threats. And so finally, Georgiana has enough. And she's like,
I'm the one who's writing all these books. I'm doing it so that I can make enough money to get away, like as far away from you as I possibly can, because you're the worst. And he's like, no, you absolutely would not. And she's like, I am. Right now. I'm leaving. I want nothing to do with you. Like, blech.
I am so feral for her book.
I know.
Like,
September.
Oh my God. Continue.
Yeah. Well, so then he's like, all right, Georgiana's mom, you get over here and we're leaving. And Georgiana's mom is like, no, I'm staying with Georgie. And now they're broken up, I guess. Their England time's broken up.
Yeah.
I guess. They're estranged, if you will. I believe they live in separate households or something.
Well, yeah,
now.
because Georgiana and her mom end up, moving to the Spencer
Somewhere.
cottage. That, what's her butt?
That
Selena.
Selena
was
sets up
gonna-
something for them or something. Anyway, so Oliver Thorpe is taken off the chessboard, and now all we have to deal with is this Chancery Court appearance. No, I'm sitting down.
Very importantly to me, Sabrina.
Yeah.
They walk out of it's the end of the day. It's a successful day. Everything goes back to goodness after Lord fuck asshole
That's the one.
leaves, and they walk out the back door into the alley.
Yes,
and there's
importantly
a couple
to me too.
in a tryst with him bending her over so deep over his arm and like snuffling into her, and there's giggling and joking, and it's so cute. And it's Lord and Lady Eldon.
Oh my God.
Lady Eldon is just so cute to me. I love her. She is so bubbly and just so... She's just cute.
It seems like she
You
might have
know?
a Minnie Mouse laugh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Like a kind of a situation. I feel like that's Lady Eldon's laugh. Or close to it. Anyway, so yeah, they catch them in this tryst. Okay. So now we've got the Chancery Court hearing. I think is the basically last thing that is in the book, right? Okay. So they show up to this Chancery Court hearing, and basically Lord Alden is like, tell me why you deserve to have the kids and why you want them. And he tries to be like, am Duke, much rich, very support, all the advantages of life or whatever. And Lord Eldon is like, no, I want to know why you deserve and want the kids.
Yes.
And he kind of stutters a bit over this because it's so, I mean, it feels to him like such a personal
He's not
thing.
prepared.
No.
Yeah, he's not prepared for this question.
Yeah, he's
Although,
ready
to
for
be fair-
ethos. He is not ready for pathos.
After reading this book, I don't know that he was prepared actually for any question.
Quite. I think that's a fair assessment.
Like, bless you, you're very sweet, Peter, but did you not think you were going to have to speak in front of these people?
Well, yeah, but I think he thought he would just have to say Duke stuff, you know? He wouldn't have
Yeah.
to talk about how much he likes the kids individually and how much he loves them and how important it is that he stick by his family and, you know, all this stuff. So he has a hard time doing it, but he does do it. But then there's a big ruckus.
There's a
Big
ruckus
commotion.
in the back of the room, and then the doors go flying open. One of the very, very slightly aforementioned present ponies from
That's right.
Aunt Judith and Thomason
Uh-huh.
is being led, and by led I mean dragged, down the aisle with Freddie on top
Yeah.
and Lou with her rapier, and they
Oh.
come down that aisle and hollering, "Don't you dare take us away from him! If you try and put us anywhere else, then we will
Well, run away.
run away, run back."
Yeah.
For the first time, Freddie spoke. His voice was quiet, and Peter had to lean forward to hear him. If the boy hadn't been atop the pony, Peter wasn't sure he'd have heard him at all. He wondered if that had been what had got Freddie up onto the pony's saddle, the desire to be heard. "We want to live with our brother and his wife," Lou put in. "We want to live with the Duke and Duchess of Stanhope and our cat," Freddie added. Very important, listener. Peter got them a cat at the very beginning of the book.
And
The
Lou was
cat
a
is
bitch
already in
about
their
it.
possession.
Lou,
They were already in
turned her
possession
nose
of
up
said.
at first.
Yes, but most importantly, they did name the cat Peter.
I think that's the only reason Lou came around.
It was very amusing and lots of confusion when they'd be like, "Hey, I think he wants Peter. Oh, I'll go to him." "No, the cat, stupid."
Yeah.
Like, it's very
Oh my
cute.
God. At one point, because a lot of the chapters open either with like snippets of correspondence or like her marginalia, if you will. One of my favorite ones was from her twin brother, Will, and he says, "How is Peter?" I am, of course, referring to the cat and not the person. So good.
I just, man, there's something I love about an animal with a human name.
Mm-hmm.
It just brings me a lot of joy, you know?
Plus, this is
Like-
classic trolling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
God.
Why am
It's
I
so
not
cute.
shocked that you're like
That I loved it.
my favorite thing about these little quotes? Because, like, to be clear, there's a lot of really fucking great ones, and
No,
Melody
yeah.
was like, my favorite.
He gets
Is
trolled
the
from America. It's so funny.
Yeah. So then, "It's our home," said Lou, her voice fierce. Peter had the abrupt sensation that he was going to unman himself utterly and start to cry.
Yeah.
"It's our family," Lou went on. "You can't take us away because of some stupid law." She bit down on her lower lip. "If you try it, we shall run away. We'll run back to Stanhope House. You can't keep us prisoner at some stranger's home. You simply can't do it." "That's enough," said Lord Eldon, his firm voice cutting off Lou's impassioned rhetoric. "For heaven's sake, girl, there's no need for such dramatics." And then he basically looks at them all and he's like, "I was going to give them to you. So, like,
Yeah,
let's just call
Jesus.
that done." Knock it, and then he just knocks his gavel and waggles his wigged head. And he's like, "We're done. Now, can you get the horse out of here before it shits everywhere, dude?"
Yeah. Like, can a man make people jump through some hoops, okay? Like,
And then Peter does have the thought. He's like, "Okay, this is beautiful. This is amazing." Everyone, like, hugs and it's adorable. And then Eldon looks at Peter and says, "I'm glad you're not going to break their spirits. However, you might see fit to remove them from this chamber before this animal despoils it." And then, like, he and Selena are, like, collapsed into each other with, like, relief and joy. And "They're ours," he said stupidly. "Yes, there's a horse in Westminster." She laughs. "Yes, I think we're responsible for removing it, and I hope you have some clever ideas about how to manage that, because I'm not entirely certain that horses can descend stairs."
Truly.
And I love that he just,
Oh.
that's one of Selena's strengths is logistics. And he's like, "How do we get the horse out of Westminster before it poops?
Show me your beautiful brain, Selena, okay?
Show me your beautiful brain, you know? It's
Yes.
the most beautiful brain, and also, oh God.
Oh, God. Yeah, so they're together forever. They've got the kids. At one point, listener, we forgot to tell you, but it's just important to me right now. We forgot to tell you that one of the ways they got Lou
The
to
wedding
accept her
rings?
governess.
Oh.
What? No, one of the ways they got Lou to accept her governess was telling her that if she didn't run her off for 3 weeks, then Selena would take her to a private pugilist match. And, like, that's just what the rest of their lives look like.
One of my favorite things, both in real life and novels, is hearing about child bribery.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Forms of child bribery. I love the wicked power that children wield, and the best part is that so many of them have no idea.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
there are some that know exactly what they're doing.
Quite. And those are the ones you really have to watch out for.
Lou, Valor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Look out.
Look, listen, Linda.
Listen.
Okay, Lou, and I'm not saying that Lou was inspired by Valor,
Sure.
you know, but I'm also not saying that there are some parallels that can be drawn. You know,
Yeah. Valor could play a mean Lou on TV, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Oh my. Hey,
She would
this is
really
just
understand the essence of
this
the
is
character.
this is just a soft beseech melody that if this ever gets opted for a movie or a TV show or something, that you do look a little bit into the deeply problematic market of child actors.
Stars. I like it.
Child stars, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sabrina, what is your lady love?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had one more thing. Sorry,
Oh.
I was not done yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like no, you're fine. My brain was just like, compute?
Uh-huh.
No. So no.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so very importantly to me, because we didn't talk about it, but during the marriage, they both forgot to get rings because it was so fast. And so she like plucks a hair piece out of her hair and twines like the metal brackets together, basically, like metal wire, and makes like fake rings for both of them. And in the like epilogue, he gives her an actual ring, and it's like a beautiful gold ring with an actual emerald, because he's like, you can't be seen with the Belvoir library books.
Yeah.
But you should get to wear the color as a reminder of everything that you've done and how proud you are. And she's like, oh, I love this. And puts it on her right hand. And he's like, that's the wrong hand, hun.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm going to keep the other ring. And he's like, it turns your finger green. And she's like, uh-huh.
And it's perfect.
But it's our wedding rings. And it's so cute. And I just love it so much.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Okay. Lady love.
Yeah.
My lady love is since being back in town, I went to my first derby game.
Fun.
It's the first home derby game, and I got to see like old friends, and like it's a completely different team. I mean, it's been 8 years since I played, and it was just, it was so wonderful. I forgot how warm and fuzzy that whole community makes me feel, you know?
Good.
And it was just got to see, and I like being able, like getting to see the people who are still playing, even now, like people who started playing before I ever started and are still playing. Oh my God, my knees could never. But like, it's just, it was really nice. It was really nice, and I might go skate every once in a while, and
hell yeah,
hang
you
out.
should.
Yeah. I also found out that me and my derby wife from back in the Gap are incidentally basically neighbors.
Nice.
We both bought houses in like the same / next to each other neighborhoods. And I was like, girl,
that's awesome.
let's fucking go. Anyway, so that's my lady love. It's, revisiting and getting to be a part of a community that deeply love.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your lady love,
supporting a
Mel?
community that you love.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to do my best to get through this, but bear with me.
Oh no, are you about to cry?
Hopefully not. No. Okay? Cool it,
Is
Sabrina.
that what you meant by trying to bear? Okay.
So, all right, listener, the inside baseball scoop
on the past couple of episodes is that we're behind on recording again. And the reason for that is because the original slot that we had to record this book, I ingested the straw that broke the camel's back, like snippet of news. And I tried so hard to just like postpone my feelings or like, just get over it so I could do my job. And I couldn't. And Sabrina very sweetly and very, very erroneously asked me if I was okay. And I was like, I don't know that I can talk about it without like dying. And then I did talk about it. And so I derailed our whole recording by sobbing all over Sabrina's very sturdy virtual shoulder. And after wonderfully processing all of that with me, we recorded a Patreon episode instead, okay? And so this has been on my mind a lot recently, and it's something that's really hard for me to navigate because I have a lot of social media anxiety in general, but it's also tough because I want to honor what the show is about. So, like, we don't talk about a lot of current events. We'll talk about current events in our life. We'll reference current events if it's something that's really on our mind. But for the most part, we try to keep the show a joyful, celebratory, bonding, community kind of space, right? And we do that because we've gotten so much feedback, whether it's emails or comments or whatever, from a lot of you saying, like, I don't know that I would have made it through this horrible life event if I wasn't listening to the pod. It's like my comfort listen. And
yeah,
I'm so honored by that. And I take very seriously that ability to do that for someone, right? One of the phrases that is foundational, at least to my experience of like the romance genre, at reading the romance genre and like being in the romance community, is the phrase "joy is an act of resistance." And I firmly believe in that. It's one of the reasons that we do Lady Loves at the end of every episode. I like our self-care recommendations, right? Because we want to make sure that we're pouring into our own cups. And I like being a sanctuary for people. However, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, partially because I don't know how to navigate, like, talking about things that I find important or things that I believe in outside of the romance community or romance, like current events, while also being able to be a sanctuary for people. So this is my gentle reminder that joy is absolutely an act of resistance. Joy is part of the resistance. For a lot of us, that means that reading is or can be an act of resistance, especially reading a genre that is created, I mean, overall by marginalized groups of different types, right? But that is only part of the resistance if you are part of the resistance. Sometimes I feel like, self-care and like these ideas get a little bit co-opted, to be like the live, laugh, love of the current moment. And so in the timeline that we currently live in, you can only claim joy in that context if it is paired with tangible actions. So yes, pour into your own cup, but like at this point, everything that's going on is not political anymore. in my humble opinion. It's not. Like, off the top of my head, the news that broke the camel's back that day was finding out that either because of, general bureaucratic stupidity or just overall ignorance or laziness or whatever.
Gross negligence of some kind.
Gross negligence of some horrible kind. Instead of getting 500 tons of food that was earmarked for hungry kids in Iraq and Afghanistan, already purchased to the tune of like $800,000, instead of getting it to them in a timely manner, it expired. And so U.S. aid the decision was made by the people in charge now of U.S. aid to spend another cool $130,000 in taxpayer money to incinerate it instead of feeding, I think it was like 1.5 million children for a week is the amount of food it was. And I just lost it. Like, this isn't political anymore. It's about human decency. It's about human rights. It's about literal survival in a lot of places. Like, 60,000 people have been killed in Gaza, and 17,000 of those are children. And, like, if it was a Democratic president who was directing thousands of people to be detained and deported without due process, I would still be losing my mind. It's not because it's a Republican administration. It's not because it's MAGA. It's because it's wrong. It's because it's not the way that we should treat people that deserve human dignity, basic human dignity. Like, I mean, at this point, U.S. citizens are being erroneously deported. People are being denied medical care in ICE detention centers. Like, and so we've got to do something, every one of us, and especially the people who, like me, whose like immediate area and network are not metaphorically or actually on fucking fire. We are the people who have the bandwidth to do the most. We're the people, a lot of times, who have powerful voices, or we have more resources that we can put towards support networks for protesters, or, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be big. It can be like education, disruption, like a huge scale, small scale, whatever that looks like for you. If you're not a person who's comfortable or physically able to go out and protest, there's a lot of behind the scenes positions and gaps that you can fill and still make a difference. Even if it's one call to your representatives a week or a day, even. Like, one thing I realized recently, because I was feeling, I know this is stupid, right? But I was feeling like oddly disenfranchised because I already knew that the representatives in my state agreed on certain issues with me. So like I couldn't even call, like what's the point of calling if they already agree with you? I thought to myself for a minute. But it still makes a difference because every single one of those calls and opinions gets logged. That gets recorded to not only be accessed by your senator or representative, but also by others. It's something that your rep can point to and say, 30,000 people called me last week about this issue alone, right? Like, so it still matters. I know it seems a lot of times like we're screaming into the void, but it's better than not screaming at all? ?
Yeah.
So to me, this isn't right versus left at all. Like you can.
No,
you can
I mean we've been
down...
dealing with We've been dealing with things that are, it's beyond, like, we've been dealing with things for a very, very, very long time, long before the last decade, right? That, it's not just politics anymore. It's politics are human rights. And like, just, I think the biggest thing is, you had a good reminder, but I keep seeing this a lot floating around of people being like, oh yeah, well, prove that you're doing that. You don't owe anybody anything. Like,
no,
take action do you need to do, but it doesn't need to be performative the way that a lot of people that I'm seeing on various parts of the internet. Like,
I think a lot of times that hurts. Like, performative shit hurts the actual resistance, if you will, because you feel like you're expending that energy, but it's just like scattershot into the void and like nothing happens. You know, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially in the bookish community, are channeling their overall uncertainty and unhappiness and fucking fear into things like the goddamn PETA and what's his name? The Hunger Games,
Gale?
PETA versus Gale bullying Allie Hazelwood off the internet or whatever. Like, that's what people are doing with their energy. When, like, that doesn't help anything, actually, you know? We can do so much more productive bullshit with that kind of energy and anger and motivation. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, you can want to shut down the borders completely without supporting Alligator Alcatraz or, like, the rest of the ICE detention centers that are already full and have already been functioning for years as the same type of concentration camp, just, like, without merch. We can want policies that are different without actual human suffering in this absolutely egregious way. So I think my new standpoint is, in this timeline, the resistance has to be tangible. That doesn't mean it has to be loud. It doesn't mean you have to tell everybody about it. It doesn't mean that I need to be all over Heaving Bosom social media doing that. It can be public. It can be private. It can be in the background completely. You know, it can just be support. It can be national marches. It can just be donating to your local LGBTQ shelter. Like, it just has to be intentional and it has to be tangible. And in this timeline, we need to earn our joy, I think. Because otherwise, joy is not part of the resistance. It's the means by which you're keeping your head in the sand. I don't know, like, if the resistance isn't tangible, then I think we're just in the early stages of that Martin Niemöller poem, you know? Maybe it's not a poem. Maybe he just said it, and it's always sounded like a poem to me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry. It's like, first they came for this group, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't that group. And then it was this group, and I didn't speak out because it wasn't that group. And, you know, he goes through the different groups that the Nazis came for. And then at the end, it says, then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the sort of timeline we're living in. I don't fucking care what your politics are. I do, right? I do. But, like, some shit is so egregious that we have to be able to agree it's not okay. Like, it's wild to me that people are like, taking pictures of their kids outside of Alligator Auschwitz or whatever the fuck. People are... I don't understand, and I would love to be a sanctuary, and I want to keep doing that, and we are going to keep doing that. But this is my... Maybe it was intended to be a gentle reminder and has turned out to be a not so gentle nudge. Sorry, everyone. The resistance has to be tangible.
Yeah.
That's my lady love. Okay. All right. Keep being a badass.
Love yourself as much as you love knowing your way around a dry penis.
Hey, hell yeah.
Love yourself as much as you love having a logistics partner. Because you are a chaos partner.
Ooh, yeah, indeed.
Love yourself as much as you love a small child with a rapier leading another small child on a pony.
To assert
Westminster.
their fucking rights is what they were doing. Asserting their rights. Making their voices heard.
Letting their
telling
voices
the
be
establishment what the fuck they need from them. That's exactly right.
And love yourself as much as you love just a gentle beseech. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
A gentle, soft request.
You laid some groundwork. If you wanted to do a marathon on that groundwork, we would be here for it. Is all we're saying.
Just throwing it out there, you have support, you know?
Yeah, we're here for you.
Now that I've given like 6 of those things. Love yourself as much as you love, I guess, changing your dating profile live on podcast.
Changing your dating profile for the bit is for sure how much we should love ourselves.
I'm a little bit surprised that good Lord.
I'm enamored of you.
I'm going to end up with the weirdest fucking messages now, Melody.
Yeah, and then,
I already know it.
You can figure out what to do from there.
That block button's going to be getting some exercise, I suspect. I don't block a whole lot. I don't block a whole lot out of nowhere, but there are certain things that I will block for.
If you need to parenthetically add to that line, this is not an invitation for a dick pic, I would be fine with that. Just add a really clean parenthetical statement after attributing the wisdom to me.
I think I'm just going to leave it.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, there are other options.
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because this one you can't send pictures on. And
perfect.
So, they can't send, so I'll get the vibe,
Yeah,
before,
absolutely.
If they strike me as somebody who's going to send unsolicited dick pics because I made a comment about, boy, in this economy? For free?
For free? Mm-mm. What? All right, bye.
Bye. Gremlins. We're fucking gremlins.
Thank you for joining us. Next week, we'll be back with a discussion of The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I was not a fan. See you next week. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomespodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult.